So hi, Sniper here. This feels like a weird time of year to be making introductions, but what Jack wants, Jack gets, and since he asked us all to do these vlogs, I guess I can give it a shot. My name is Sniper. I am 16, and I'm with the Manhattan Newsies. This whole Newsies vlog project is because Jack wants us to do it, and I'm pretty much okay with that. Not like I have anything really better to do, besides work for a living, but so this video is supposed to be about giving thanks, and I've never been too good at it, is the thing. I take a lot of things for granted. I forget to say please and thank you. My table manners are bad. But I guess there is something I want to give thanks for. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer the first time all of us have met, but there's really only one thing I can talk about in this case. And, just to lighten the mood, I just want to inform you all that I am, in fact, doing this video while wearing Cookie Monster pajama pants that Davey got me, and they're so comfy. They are so comfortable. So I look like a pretty happy person, which I generally am. Like, you've got me pegged. If you're looking at me and seeing, like, hey, that person is probably pretty damn cheery. Yeah, I'd say so. I like my life, I like what I do, but, it hasn't really always been that way. And I guess I want to tell you a story, which is not a really great icebreaker story. It's kind of a third date thing, but, we could start this way. And I'm just gonna throw a trigger warning on it for, for suicide. So a couple years ago, I was really, really bad. Really miserable. I don't know how much of it I want to go into, but I'm gonna sum it up with the fact that, school is hell. And middle school was worse. Middle school, for those of you outside the US, is generally attended by kids from ages about 11 to about 13 or 14. So when I was in 7th grade, I was 12. And it was bad. I went to a really, really bad middle school. It was really small because it was a community charter school, and I lived in a really small town before I moved here. And I was in a class of maybe 15 or 20 people, and I had no friends. Literally none. They all hated me. I hated all of them, and I wasn't nice. It was probably right that they hated me. I was a very hateable person. I probably still am a very hateable person, but it was worse then. And it got really bad. I don't want to talk to you about anything that came before what I did, because it's the sort of thing that you talk to your therapist about, or your therapist, or the person you've been dating for a year, or the kind of people you know better than we know each other. So I guess you could ask me again later, but for this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip forward a few months into December. And I tried to kill myself. And I failed, obviously. I sort of chickened out halfway through. I'm really sorry for telling this story on our first meeting. Wow, this got a little serious, a little fast. Damn. But I failed, and the thing is, I guess this is supposed to be the part where I tell you that I found God, or I took up woodworking, or someone called me while I was trying to shuffle off this mortal coil, as Davy would say, or, off myself, as pretty much anyone else would say. No one called me, and I didn't find God. I really wish I could tell you that there was someone who stopped me, or somebody who was there, or who noticed. And there was one person who noticed a lot earlier, but who only mentioned it once, and only because I was visibly in a really, really bad place. But he never really brought it up again, and I never really brought it up again, and the day after the attempt, I had to go into school, and because I tried with pills, I had a massive stomach ache, but I had to go in anyway, and I didn't tell anyone what I'd done because there was nobody to tell. And I guess I'm supposed to tell you that it gets better, or that it got better, or that I started talking to someone, or that I reached out for help, but there was no one to reach out to. I won't say the ways that I coped were healthy. I won't say that I am a model individual, or that I really deserved to live more than anyone else did, but I'm alive. And I guess you could say I saved myself, because nobody else was going to. Okay, that's the sad part over. We made it through. So, if we fast forward maybe a year or so to the end of 8th grade, I graduated barefoot in a tie-dye dress. I began my speech with that quote from the Fellowship of the Ring. How does it go? I know less than half of you I like less than half of you as well as you deserve. Some sort of very subtle Tolkien fuck you to everybody. Am I allowed to swear in these? Jack, please don't kill me. I got out of there, and I ended up going to not quite my dream school, but a school. And that school turned out to be wonderful. I'm still going there today. I live with some of the most wonderful people I've ever met, and whenever I'm not studying, I'm with the Newsies, and they're my family. And if I had succeeded, I would never have met them. And I guess that's what I'm thankful for. So, this year, if you see a Newsie, buy a paper. if you happen to spot me, yell my name, I guess, and I will probably be really surprised and say hi to you, or maybe run away down the street as fast as I can, and if you see someone that you're thankful for, or someone whose you know is struggling, reach out to them. Just anyone being there. I'm lucky to be alive, but I maybe wouldn't need to be lucky if someone had told me to stop. And so that's my sad story. That's my, I guess it's also the happiest story that I can tell. Do you ever have those moments where you try to tell a joke and then you realize that you have to mention that you're like suicidal or that you're gay or something else that's not necessarily public knowledge? You know, things that aren't necessarily bad, but they're not things that are known. So it feels really weird and you have to confess something to someone in order to tell your joke. I feel like this was an extended version of one of those moments. Your turn to confess to me? So I'm gonna put some numbers and some blogs in the description below here. And I feel a little bit like a YouTuber saying, like, in the description below. Or, you know, if you're a true early 2000s kid, in the sidebar. Don't forget to click, don't forget to rate and click subscribe. But really, I'm grateful that I'm alive, and that's what I'm giving thanks for. And I'm grateful you're alive. And I'm giving thanks for you. And I love you, I guess. I don't really have a cute sign-off. I guess I'm gonna use Sniper Out, like, Sniper Out. Is that cool? I don't know, hold on, let me, like, angle my shoulders differently, like, Sniper Out. We'll work on it. We'll be seeing each other again. So, for today, happy Thanksgiving, or happy late November if you're not from the US, or if you're from the US and don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great day. Thanks. I'm gonna go eat a whole lot of meat now. Bye. Sniper out.